Well, from remembering one man to remembering nearly 3,000 people killed on September 11th, 2001. It's hard to believe it's been 20 years. Something a lot of people don't know about Ground Zero is after they were clearing out some of the rubble about a month after the attacks, a tree was found that was badly damaged but clinging to life. It was nurtured back to life and is now known as the Survivor Tree. Well, every year, 9/11 Committee gives out saplings to communities across the globe that have suffered their own tragedies. In 2017, the city of Las Vegas received 2 saplings. They have been nurtured and are now ready to be planted in remembrance of the victims of 1 October. Every tree and shrub in this nursery is handled with special care by our Parks and Ground maintenance staff. But tucked into one of the many rows of trees, you will find 2 very special Bradford pears, born from a tree that managed to cling to life in one of the worst disasters in our country's history.
They're survivor trees from a tree that was found at Ground Zero after they cleared all the rubble away. They dug this tree up, transplanted it, and it sprouted back out, so they've started actually cloning it from cuttings.
That's right. Out of this rubble and ash, one lone tree with damaged roots and scorched limbs was put into the hands of the staff of New York City's Parks and Rec Department and nursed back to become a thriving tree. Now, each year, the symbol of resilience is shared across the world.
Yeah, they give out a few saplings to other cities across the globe that have experienced tragic events like 9/11.
The city of Las Vegas was given 2 saplings, one in honor of the people killed and injured following the October 1st mass shooting at the Harvest Festival in 2017. The other as a reminder to never forget 9/11.
So, I mean, when we got it, it was about basically from about here out, 24, 36 inches, somewhere in there. And like I say, it's about as big around as my thumb, about 3/4 of an inch in diameter.
They arrived in 5-gallon pots and are now in 45-gallon pots and stand about 7 feet tall. One will be planted at Police Memorial Park as a thanks to our first responders. The other will grow at Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Station 5. That's where the city holds its annual 9/11 memorial ceremony. That is the station where you can see a twisted piece of the World Trade Center and where a flag that was flown over Ground Zero was donated to Las Vegas from New York City. The plan is to plant them the last week of August or beginning of September, so they will be in place for both anniversaries.
And, it's still going to be hot, but it's the tail end of summer, the humidity's up, and we're getting cooler nights, so it's actually an ideal time to plant because the tree goes into the ground and then has fall and winter to acclimate before the next hot summer.
Stephen says being responsible for keeping these 2 trees alive and growing was slightly intimidating, but he and the staff who oversee this nursery were up to the task. And although Bradford pear trees are not exactly indigenous to our neck of the woods, the extra work to keep them alive and healthy is well worth it.
Yeah, they're by no means a drought-tolerant tree.
Yeah.
So, and we really have tried to shift our focus to that. But, given what it is, I think we should be honored to have them.
Make an exception in this case.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will be with city staff when they plant those 2 very special trees, and we'll bring that story to you on an upcoming City Beat. If you're not familiar with Bradford pears, when they bloom in the spring, they are filled with white flowers. It looks like a big white cloud. Very, very beautiful.